One, two, three. Okay, so this is my very first podcast, and I am sitting in the dark. I don't know how to turn on the lights, and I don't want to accidentally do something wrong. So, for this first thing, I wanted to do Mortal Kombat. Now, I wasn't gonna intentionally, or it wasn't my intentions to do Mortal Kombat first. I actually wanted to do a music review on a certain song, which I'm probably gonna do next, actually. But I wanted to do it on Mortal Kombat because the newest game just came out, and no, I did not play it. I watched somebody else play it. Berleezy and Jazzy Guns. I'm watching her playthrough, but I finished Berleezy's. I started watching hers because Berleezy was taking way too long. Like, Berlin, why are you doing that? At least he finished it, because let's not talk about God of War. But anyways, so I was like, hey, why not Mortal Kombat? That's a pretty cool topic. And I am not a Mortal Kombat connoisseur, okay? So if I get something wrong, do not bash me. Do not, okay? These are kind of just my first thoughts when watching the story mode. And some of the things answered themselves when I rewatched Jazzy's playthrough. I'm on like episode 4, like the one with the Sindel in the thumbnail. So, but we're gonna get started. I fear we're gonna get started. And the first thing that immediately came to my mind about this whole game was, okay, well, of course we're in another timeline, because we're in an alternate timeline, because I actually didn't know that they switched timelines again, I think in Mortal Kombat 9, because when I looked it up, they said the original timeline, the alternate timeline, and then the current timeline. But I didn't even know we jumped timelines twice now. We've jumped timelines. So besides that, who are we introduced to first? It was Shang Tsung, selling his little potion thing, and the real question is, can you afford not to get his little tea drinks that he makes or whatever? That was fine. Like, there was a scene where he was talking with oh, also spoiler alerts, Kronika, who's actually Shang Tsung, but from another. I'll get into that later. And then there's this flash of lightning, and then he's smiling creepily, and I mean, it got the creepy down. I don't know how I feel about Shang Tsung looking like that. Not that his face model is bad, but just that one scene in particular, yeah, interesting. But besides that, the actual first thing that I have written down on my notes, because I can't think off the top of my head or else I will go on a tangent, is the vampire in the room. The voice acting. I should start with Natara. Megan Fox. Beautiful gowns, girl. Natara is very pretty. I think she's from, was it the original timeline? I think they said she was from Deadly Alliance, like one of the older games, and they brought her back. Same thing with, I believe, Ashra. Lee May, she was in X, but I don't think she was in 11 or anything. And Lee May got some shine because in X she wasn't really that important. I think she gave them some information, but okay, whatever. But Natara, why was Megan Fox, why was she just reading off the script? Like, I'm so serious. And there's no, she has no inflections in her voice whatsoever. And it's not even, you know how some characters, they can just talk, like that's how they're supposed to talk, right? I think, was it Darcy? Not Darcy like Fitzwilliams Darcy, but I forgot the name, but it's the girl with the glasses. It definitely starts with a D, but I think she talks pretty monotone. There's a difference between good voice acting, and then there's bad voice acting with the same thing, and it honestly sounded like one of those parody like how old people back in the day when people would voice games, they it was for a check. Honestly, I think this was just for a check, because there is no way, absolutely no way she got away with this. And even then, I didn't know there was a controversy with Ronda Rousey, because I thought she did fine as Sonya Blade. I mean, yeah, she did talk a little hard, but I thought that was just, Sonya Blade. She's a military person, whatever. But Nitara, Megan Fox, she really said, this is not what she actually said. I tried to find transcripts online, but I only got a little bit of the prologue. So, but anyways, she said, my father died in a wait, my father died in a bad accident, and now you're gonna pay for what you did. Girl, can you show some emotion? I think she really tried to. I do think that she tried. Try harder. But besides Natara, also Raiden's voice, I think it's because it's also really different than in the previous games. Because if I'm not mistaken, in the previous games, was it Raiden white? I could have sworn I'm pretty sure he was. Unless he was Asian. I mean, I can't tell at that point. Like, he looked like an old white man. I'm sorry. But then they made him Asian. I think he was supposed to be Asian. But maybe it's the eyes. Maybe it's his eyes. But he did not. And I don't want to be, stereotypical. But, you could. Raiden. No. So to see him like this, and as a human. And of course he has a different look. White, whatever. He has a different look to him now. And I'm going to talk about that later, the Raiden and Kung Lao dynamic now. But when he talked, I don't know if it's because his voice sounded slightly robotic. I don't know. But there's just something about his voice that was like, and thank you, Madam Bo. I really enjoyed this breakfast. Like, I don't know. There's just like a robotic undertone to it that I can't explain. And I guess it kind of makes sense because he's a little different than everyone, but gosh, it was very, it was pretty noticeable. So, also, it kind of sounds like they're all saying one-liners. I remember there was this one video game. I can't remember the name of it. But there was this guy. No, I think it was basically everyone that was in the production. They were just given lines, right? And then they just said the lines. There was no context behind them. And in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, that's what it reminded me of. It sounded like they were given one-liners. It felt like every time they talked, they're about to get ready to battle. Like, goodness gracious. But then rewatching Jazzy's, it wasn't as obvious, I feel. But no, it definitely sounded like 2 + 2 is 4. And it's like, you do not have to say that like you're about to beat me up. Can you please be calm? Thank you. Right? But Shang Tsung, I have in my notes that he definitely ate. Yes, I did write that down. I think I actually added that in. Like, that wasn't originally a part of the notes, but I did it. I added it in. I liked his voice. He was definitely very pompous. I think Berlizzi used that word, pompous, for Shang Tsung. Couldn't agree more. And his face was just so smug and everything. I like Shang Tsung's character. Like, he did his little thing on that. Right? So, besides the voice acting, the new Melina and Katana dynamic is really interesting as well. I'm kind of sad that they are no longer sister clones, right? Because that was interesting, but I also get it. This is a new timeline. And someone pointed out that, Liu Kang made it so that Melina, she's actually accepted into her family and that she's actually loved. Which, okay, fine. Because that doesn't negate or erase the original Melina's story, right? And I thought Melina was cool. I will talk about Tarkat 19 a little later. But I thought it was actually interesting as well that Melina, first of all, they're twins. I didn't want to assume they'd be twins. I'm be honest, I thought that Katana was the older one and Melina was maybe a little younger. But they are twins from what I read. Okay? They're twins. And Melina's actually the oldest twin, which I guess it's her getting, I don't know, I don't want to say her lick back, but definitely some type of redemption. Because her whole thing was she wanted to be queen. I think in Mortal Kombat X, because she wasn't in 11, but in Mortal Kombat X, she was like, was it of Outworld or something? Was she a con? I don't know, but she did Devore end up putting bugs in her mouth and killing her. So for her to be the heiress this time around, and the throne is rightfully hers, not like it was rightfully hers the first time, but this time it's her throne that she'll be getting next. I thought that was really interesting and a cool concept. And I don't know, I always pictured Melina being the one taking over the throne because she just seemed more mature to me. Like, we'll get to Tarkat. I have a list. I'm trying not to go on a tangent. But yeah, I found it really interesting. I like that dynamic for sure. I won't say it's better than the original, and I won't say it's worse either. I feel as though you can't compare them because they're two different things. I mean, I don't know. Next, Sindel's outfit. Now, okay, we got introduced to Katana and Melina, and I know that was it Ed Boon? At least NetherRealm Studios. Well, they made Katana have less revealing clothing, and so same thing with Melina, because I guess they didn't want to objectify women. Okay, thank you. I guess you want brownie points. But so their costumes this time around, they were cool. I liked them better than their or Katana's ex costume because Melina wasn't in the game. But Sindel's outfit, she looked like the third Powerpuff Girl. I wish she stood out from her daughters, because I mean, obviously we know Sindel is their mother, right? And she looks different than them in the face, but I just wish her clothing set her apart, because you're the Empress. Like, have a little more something. Like, you are dressing like your daughters. You are at your big age, Sindel. At Sindel's big age, she's. But I don't know. I saw some concepts about how she could look, and I'm like, even if they just gave her some, I don't know, fabric on her legs that are kind of like I don't know, maybe make her shoulder blades a little more. Just something that's made her outfit stand out from her daughters, because if they were all the same color, they'd all look the same. They look like y'all trying to be the Powerpuff Girls so bad. But shout out to the Powerpuff Girls and the MK girlies too. But yeah, I just wish her outfit separated her from her daughters, because she looked good. Sindel looked good. She looked good. Okay. That outfit, it's not bad, but like I said, I wish it just separated her from her kids, because it was not giving Empress. It was giving employee. So now on to Tarkat 19. Hey, I'm sorry. I find it so funny. Berlin, he just kept saying Tarkat 19. That was like, that man. Please get him off my screen. But Tarkat 19. So if I remember correctly, in the original Mortal Kombat, Tarkat, no, not even Tarkat. Tarkatans, if I'm not mistaken, were a different race, which is, hold on, let me look this up, because I meant to, but what is a race? Because I know what a race is, but I want to, like, what is a race? Don't tell me it's a competition between horses. What? Hello? Excuse me. A race against time, a race to the bottom, into which mankind is considered. Okay, so so that's what I thought. Isn't like race within the species? Gosh, let me go to Google again. Is race within a species? Exactly, a distinct evolutionary, lineages within a species. Yes, so my definition of race is correct. How I viewed it. So, are Tarkatans, Zatarans, and humans the same race? Or I should say not race. They're different races, but species? Like, are Tarkatans humans? Which also begs the question, like, I'll get there. Let me talk about the newer timeline. But in the older one, right, Tarkatans were like, I don't think there was any disease. They were just born like that. I don't know if they evolved to be like that. I'm not sure. But basically, I just know that they were cannibals. And Shang Tsung, in his flesh pits, he mixed Edenian blood and Tarkatan blood and DNA and whatever to make Melina, so Shao Kahn could have a daughter to call his own. But I don't think Shao Kahn is Tarkatan, is he? Isn't he he's an ugly Edenian, I'll be honest. Is he Tarkatan? Because why would you... Oh. What? They said he was originally going to be Tarkatan, but he's related to Raiden. He's from a race of godlike beings. Okay, but if he's from a race, so he's human though? Is he Hercules, a demigod? Like, what? Anyways, so I don't know why he wanted Tarkatan blood when he could have made her a god. But I digress. And so that was the whole thing with Tarkatans, right? And Melina said she got the DNA, she got the ugly mouth. And that mouth was on her from creation. She had that ugly mouth from creation. Okay? Now, with Tarkat 19 in the new timeline, it's a disease. And they made Baraka, I guess they were more empathetic towards Baraka. Yeah. And he had a family. I'm not sure if they ever talked about this in the older games. I don't remember them talking about it, but I could be wrong. But he had a family that got they were afflicted with Tarkat, and it left him the only standing, or afflicted them with Tarkat, right? Please, I'm very good with words, y'all. But it left him alive, and he basically said, "Oh, it's like torture. It's like it's torturing me." And yeah, and so now he lives with some other people who were infected with Tarkat. So are they a different race now? Like, they're not a different species now, are they? Because I don't think. Anyways, because it's like zombies are a different species, right? Would they be a different race though? The zombie ethnicity, would they? Kind of begs that question. So I do have Baraka, my guy, on my notes too. Melina, we don't know how. They just said she went out when she wasn't supposed to, and she got affected with Tarkat. So I don't know if they ever said Tarkat was airborne, if somebody has to bite you. It's kind of like the Wendy Wolves in the Quarry by Supermassive Games, where they can bite you and turn you into a werewolf, or they can bite a chunk out of you and eat you. I don't know if it works like that, like how it spreads, I should say. And so Shang Tsung was getting, I don't know, an antidote, like like Tarkatan something. I don't know, maybe blood. Did he say it was blood? definitely something from Baraka, because Baraka said he comes once a month to come and collect it. And so he injects that into Melina to like calm her Tarkatanness down. And I thought it was really interesting because before the game came out, I don't think they were leaks. I think it was maybe in a video that Mortal Kombat posted online. But I think Katana or Melina were trending. I clicked on it and I saw the video. How I genuinely, when Melina first came on my screen, I was like, she doesn't have a mask on. Like, she looks like a normal person. And then the Tarkat, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I'm not gonna lie, that new little mandible thing she does that kind of looks like Predator, I'm so unserious. I said she looks like baby from Sister Location. Like the face plates opening up. That's what it reminded me of. I'm so sorry. That's what she reminded me of. Yeah. I don't hate this change. I mean, I like it. I don't mind this change. And it's another timeline. So like I said, it doesn't negate the previous timelines. I thought it was really interesting. And she controlled it pretty quickly, though. Like, I thought she'd be more out of hand. But she was fighting. She was fighting them people. The bad guys, too. Like, she controlled herself really well. I'm so proud of Melina. Oh, how far she's come. You know? Like, watch me eat your flesh as I pick your bones one by one. I feel like she said something like that. Like, she was giving... I like Melina when she gets a little quirky and she gets a little Tarkatan. I like crazy characters. I love them. Like, I like Katana because that's my girl. I've always picked Katana, but Melina's been my second girl. So I love this change with Melina. It makes her more personable and not crazed like she was in the original. Like, she want to kill Katana to get the throne. But now look, they working together. And Katana genuinely cares about her sister, which is good. That's always great. So, now, Raiden and Kung Lao versus Liu Kang and Kung Lao. I just want to say that, I mean, I don't know what else they do. Because Liu Kang, Fire God Liu Kang, Keeper of Time. He's busy, chill. He's busy. And as far as I know, Keepers of Times do not make themselves in new timelines. Unless I'm being a little delusional. I don't know. So Raiden and Kung Lao, I thought that was interesting. Raiden does seem more of a... Is he an air sign? With Fujin. He's an air sign with Fujin. But Raiden seems more calm and collected. Kung Lao is still Kung Lao. I mean, I like the dynamic. I mean, it's cool. I have no issue with it. I don't really remember how Liu Kang and Kung Lao were together, but I don't think Liu Kang was anything like Raiden per se. Like, Raiden seems very like a sheep, not like he follows people, but he's very, soft and simple, which that's why I'm so happy that he's the combatant. He won. He's the champion of the tournament. He ate that little thing. And with Raiden and them, I kind of talked about this before, but the new face models, I actually didn't think to look up if Raiden had a new face model because I was just so sure that he did. I'm sorry. Raiden looks just a little bit different than usual. But Johnny Cage, I'm gonna be honest, when Johnny Cage's his chapter came out, I think it was the second chapter, right? I thought the man next to Johnny Cage was Johnny Cage. Because I think he just had that more squarish face and everything. Like, he just looked more like Johnny Cage. So I thought, oh, is this Johnny Cage when he's an up-and-coming actor? Little did I know, he was literally Indiana Jones. I don't know, because I feel like in some scenes, his face does not look as rectangular as it usually is. But he has the same face model. I saw that face model that they use for MK and the actual person's face. That is literally this Johnny Cage. But I think it's because he doesn't have sunglasses on. But it was something about his face, I don't know, at certain times where it looked more heart-shaped. Maybe I was being delusional. But I don't know, something just looked a little different about his face. But I got used to it after a while. Like, I don't know, it threw me off. And it probably is because, one, the graphics are better, and two, he did not have his glasses on. Yeah. And then same thing with Melina and Katana. They do have new face models. Their faces are more elongated, which I won't say threw me off completely, but, you know, it was just like, oh, they have they have new faces. Yeah, so I didn't mind their faces much. Kung Lao looked a little different to me, but he has the same face model from what I checked. Liu Kang, I think he still has the same face model, but his face is definitely more slim and more elongated, because the original Liu Kang, or MKX Liu Kang, his face was definitely more square. This one is more rectangle. Now, talking about faces, let's talk about the woman who still hasn't gotten chapstick for them lips, okay? Chronica, or should I say Shang Tsung. I mean, I thought that was an interesting plot choice. It definitely, when it was revealed, I said, what? Wait, hold on. So, Shang Tsung can shapeshift. Try saying that 5 times over, okay? He can shapeshift. So, okay, it makes sense he'd be Chronica. And knowing that, wasn't he with Chronica or something? Not like with her, but aren't they both evil? I mean, as usual, like Shang Tsung is always going to be evil. But I liked how they made the non-canon ending canon. Because there was an ending where, I believe, was there? Because I know there was one with Chronica, right? And then she just went back to, like, forging time. But with Shang Tsung, I think there was an ending where he's the one who was able to be the keeper of time, if I'm not mistaken. Gosh, this is gonna take forever to load YouTube on here, chill. MK11 ending. Like, yeah, right, yeah. Wait, no, that's Aftermath. Wait, what? See, hold on. Who started playing Aftermath? Was it Corey? Because I don't think Corey actually ever finished playing it. I'm going to be honest. So is in Aftermath, did Shang Tsung become... Did he become the Keeper of Time? That's what it's looking like here. But either way, we all know in this universe Liu Kang is, right? We're playing as our point of view in this universe. But I liked how they made that ending also canon. So it wasn't just, ooh, for effect. Nah, it's real. It's real. I honestly forgot about Aftermath because some people decided not to finish it. So, I like that. There was that one scene where Shang Tsung, old Shang Tsung, Titan Shang Tsung, brought back alternate Sindel, which was Sindel, I think, MK9 Sindel, basically. I believe that's alternate Sindel, correct? And then Revenant. Oh, gosh, Revenants. But there is a scene where alternate Sindel, she fought everyone. She took all of them. Pause. She took all of them. And I thought, oh, no, she did. She did, spoiler, K-Word, the current Sindel. And I'm be honest, I thought we were going to have another Mortal Kombat situation where Sindel literally goes ahead and just kills everyone. K-words everyone. I genuinely thought I had flashbacks to that. She just took down I think that's how they all became reverends, right? Revenants. Because she took all of them down and ended their lives. So I got a little worried. I was a little scared right there. Also, the title of this episode is, Will Liu Kang ever consult the Elder Gods? We must know. I'm dead serious. Like, I just want him to say one time, I must consult the Elder Gods. Or have Raiden say it. I don't know. That'd be cool. So I'm gonna know what's next for the series, because I think we ended off on a kind of happy note. Like, look, I didn't play Mortal Kombat since its conception. So how the story goes, like, I don't know how Mortal Kombat 9 ended. Wait, did it end with Sindel doing all that to people? Look, there's this 12-hour Mortal Kombat thing, like, story. Oh, I think I watched about an hour of it, and then I was like, I'm gonna watch an hour each day. I didn't. I forgot to. But I want to know what's next for the series, because Jax. See, I'm gonna get to this at the end. I think that's actually not on here, but I'm gonna get to it probably now. Actually, Jax was in the Armageddon chapter, but he was not. He wasn't a playable character. Not that I remember, because we never saw him ever in Mortal Kombat 1. And I actually thought it was really cute. Cause see, the thing is, it all seems like a good game to tie things up with. Because the Deadly Alliance chapter, the Armageddon chapter, like, those are all Mortal Kombat games. And then you have, like, the roster of characters you could choose from for Armageddon. And, like, it feels like a decent bow to tie the game series up on. I don't know. So that's why I don't remember if there's a secret cut scene, but I just don't know what they're gonna do going forward. Sonya. What's her name? What's her name? Sonya. Hold on. What was her? Sonya Nevermind. But Sonya Blade, Cassie Cage. Where's Jackie? What about Takashi? Takashi was an MKX. I was like, oh, he kind of. And then he didn't come in. Whoa, he didn't appear in MK11. But Jackie did, though. And isn't there, like, scenes? Was Kenshi in it? But they, like, basically hinted at Jackie and Takashi, or maybe it was an MKX, like them getting married or something. I don't know. Whatever. Cassie, well, she was in MK11, but I mean, it makes sense that Cassie wouldn't be here now because we don't have Sonya. And honestly, did Johnny Cage always have an ex named Chris? Because at first I thought that was Sonya and that's how they divorced, but he was like, no, Chris. I said, who was Chris? I don't know who that is. And so that's how I feel about that. Just where is it gonna go next? I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know how. But I don't know what's gonna go on next. I'll be honest. So I think the last thing I have on here is Jared was an Ermac. So was he in him throughout the series? I don't know if they ever confirmed that Jared was in Ermac. But isn't Ermac a fairly new character? Hold on. When was Ermac? When was he introduced? 1995. So was Jared almost or always in Ermac? Oh, I see this. Yeah. Was he? Hold on. Which version of Ermac is this? Because this version 8 down. This is my favorite version of him. The newer version looked like a decaying corpse. Like, he did not have to look like that just because he's a bunch of souls. But combat made him weaker. And at first I thought they just pulled that out of like their soul sucking bag. But no, when I was watching Jazzy's thing again through, they actually did mention, oh, combat has weakened him. And then he was like, oh, Sindel, like, I'm gonna find you or something. I don't know if Berlin ever pointed that out. Was he paying attention? I don't know. But Jazzy, she was like, oh, wait, is that Jared and Sindel? So it made more sense now. Because at first, when Melina beat him up in, was it Queen's Gambit? I thought, oh, this just happened. Like, oh, and all of a sudden, when she beats him up, he gets weak enough to turn into Jared. No, it was mentioned before. So I'm not gonna hate on Mortal Kombat for that. But those are all my notes for Mortal Kombat 1. Overall, I think I give it like an 8 out of 10. I don't know, the Switch version. Oh, let's not talk about that. Thank goodness we're talking about the PS5 version, because that Switch version, yeah, that's not, yeah, we don't talk about the Switch. So anyways, this is my first podcast. I hope everything is okay with the volume. I see this at the end. I hope everything's okay, because now I'm actually seeing the sound waves, and I couldn't yesterday. So I don't know if that means I'm talking too loud or anything, because I tested it and the volume sounded fine, but I don't know. That's about it. We'll see when I do another one of these. Maybe next Wednesday, perchance. And that's it. So what's going on with Gabby? Mortal Kombat is going on with Gabby, and thank you for anyone who just so happens to listen to it. I mean, if you do and you stayed this long to hear me keep rambling, you're a real one. You're very real. Don't forget to stream Last Time I Saw You by Nicki Minaj. Pink Friday is coming out November 11th, 2023, and I will be listening to it, and you should too. The vinyls are on pre-order, $33. Also t-shirts for $40. I got a Red Ruby t-shirt for my birthday, and I don't know if my uncle ordered the vinyl. It says it ships November 17th, but I told him last minute, and I also said that if you can't get it, then that's fine. So we'll see how that goes. I hope you all have a great day. Drink water. And you know what? It's okay to be a little quirky at times. So, yeah, that's what's going on with me.